Nothing with that sovereign wealth fund. I have a proposal for something which is truly halal, which is truly, if like Dr. Muzammil Siddiqui, these certain people don't like me, y'all. Yeah, because I seem dubious and suspicious. Like one police officer, I have the video of it, pulled me over for having a phone in my hand and using it, but I wasn't using the phone. You can see both hands on the steering wheel. And the guy was saying, well, gave me $800 ticket, man. And said that, well, Mr. Jabril, you're Muslim, huh? He said, and because he dealt a lot with troopers, and he said, okay, so you and your what? You talking? What's this text message? He was going through my text message. I got this all on video, man. He was going through my text message and said, who's this? And this was to Indarti, an Indonesian Muslim that I've been communicating with, to Nikah and her family, and never touching anybody, never, doing anything with them, no zina, no nothing, just talking to her and her family. You know, for how many years? Hoping for Nikah? 6 years, folks. 5, 6 years, maybe 7 years. Folks, at least 5 to 6 years. Just talking on the phone. 5 to 6 years. Meaning I don't sway around talking with women all over the place. So they were going to say, this is the message, huh? And then he was joking, and I accepted that as humor. He was saying, oh yeah, I'm rock for delivery, ready. And he was doing the accent while he was doing, man of European ancestry. You okay, ready? And I'm ready, my dear, my love, we ready? We take the bomb together. The bomb is ready now and all that, because he dealt with IEDs in Iraq and seeing soldiers and fellow Americans suffer from that shit. He's seen it. So it's kind of created a marked humor, which I don't hold against him, because I'm not really against uniform law enforcement. I'm not. I grew up near it with police aviation in New York. Someone I was very close to who introduced me to that in the department became the chief pilot of the New York City Police. I didn't know he rose up that high. So anyhow, he's since retired now. So that being said, the guy was joking with me and this, that, and I got it all on video, $800 ticket. And he said, well, you being Muslim and all. He said, I'm telling you, Mr. Jabril, you would be deemed a very suspicious man by law enforcement, intelligence. This was Culver City Police, which had the big Clark Gable, Jimmy Durante, whatever old Hollywood, Betty Grable, and Betty Davis, and all that kind of stuff, and and I can think of on and on, Stuart Granger, and the names of profound actors, Cecil B. DeMille. It has this long, old history with cinema and movies. Culver City, beautiful place out there, Culver City, but not really for my ethnic group. You have Jewish community out there that sort of did not really suspect or scrutinize. See, when I say suspect, meaning automatically by de facto scrutinize, like, what are you doing out here? What is somebody like you doing out here? Because of the long-held economic disparities, and I don't want to get into calling it injustice, but imbalances in the United States, particularly when it comes to Hollywood, California, prime or preem areas of that. But that's why I commend the uniform law enforcement, because with me, they haven't been as heavy and busting my balls, or what they would say, busting my chops, as they could have been. They could have given me pure hell, but they didn't. A lot of law enforcement cut me slack. They gave me a break, and I'm grateful to them for that. I'm really, really deeply grateful to law enforcement, uniformed professionals, Long Beach Police Department, some aspect of the LAPD, which is they're a little hard riding in LA, Los Angeles PD, but Long Beach, very grateful to them. Long Beach Police Department, some aspects of the LA sheriffs, again, a little hard riding, anything Los County sheriffs, but a lot of them would laugh because they know the threat warning concerning my identity would go out from some federal agency. They would go out whenever I would be in a given area to the station commanders or stations of that area. They would give these warnings. Yep. Even but there's a soft spot, which I'm not going to mention, which an attorney can easily pursue. Units that were assigned to surveil me or to respond to my presence, being in places. I'm not going to tell it. I will only tell an attorney. Concrete evidence of this that I have, of the U.S. Me being named a person of interest or a threat, and I'm not. I'm not crazy, man. I'm not crazy. So there's always this type of thing to create the stimuli for psychological dissolution, for psychological defragmentation or psychological deterioration. And then it created externally, and then as one civil rights NAACP volunteer told me, they create reverse psychology and say you are the fault, you are the blame. So they create these external horrid stimuli and then say, see, you are the one that started it. It's coming from within. I'm not crazy, man. I know all I want is a place to live. But one of the fastest track, and I don't think it's disingenuous in using anyone, useful, or making use. They have a way of turning semantics, changing it, making use of it, taking advantage of. They'll use their words a lot concerning, apply it to me, particularly to black men. But mostly to me, it's something about me. Like you have other black men that are African or West African scammers, and then they really stay out of the view. Within the view when it's useful to certain agencies or elements, but they stay out of the view and scrutiny. But with me, it's always you're taking advantage. You're using people. You're always needing help and this and that. And I don't think it's taking advantage. If you tell a woman, look, I'm broke and I'm poor and I'm ugly, and I'm Muslim, and you as a fellow Muslim, I need your help. I need the nikah. But I need to also become a husband to you, and I need to earn my living, and this is my minuses, and these are my pluses. This is what I know I can do, and it will take me this long, which is maybe weeks or months at the most, to become solvent, to become income earning for you. It's a good plan. Help me with my plan to become a man. Help me with the plan to come back to become a man or whatever. And the older woman or a mature woman, what they call in Arabic, bint tayyib, who's been married or widowed or divorced or been through something or whatever, can help a man like that. And people talk about giving and sadaqah, and a Muslim want for another Muslim what they want for themselves. Where's that spirit in Islam? Huh? People run around, sitting around, twitching in their pants, playing around, looking at people coming back and forth the mosque, and then nobody knows. People are ashamed to give a glance or eye. Nobody knows who wants to get married to who and who needs who. But there is a way to vet out the exploitive aspect from the sincere aspect. It's easy to do that now, especially with modern technology. Easy. I'm sitting here talking in the bathroom. Easy to do that. It's very, cool. See, you're supposed to come out, with the right foot. Instinctively, I do it. I go in with the left, I come out with the right. It's easy to do that. Very easy. People out here making excuses, man. It's hard, but there's nobody get married. Inshallah, one of these days, somebody will come around, all that. That's why people use the internet, waiting for imams, capricious or whimsical imams to make your decision when you want to marry and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And then I'm always in these states of being in horror, and then from this state, then more years and times go by, and then I wouldn't think as I'm sitting here now that I'll be years down the road still in the same situation. Enough is enough of this crap, man. This garbage, man. Inshallah ta'ala, man. I'm tired, and it's time for me to confront Iblis, Salamatullah alayhi, and Shaitan. I'm tired of him, man. Tired of this nonsense, because he hates our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So I'm tired of this.